So my name is Matthew Sopikowitz. I'm with MASV. What I'm going to be showing you guys here today is basically how MASV and Storj are working together to help ingest content from media specialists and kind of anybody dealing with large files. So MASV is a large file platform. We can handle files up to 15 terabytes in a single file size. And the nice thing about our platform is that everything can be done in the browser, right? So we've got our own browser solution that we do. Again, no plugins are required, no IT. We also do have our own desktop application. And again, with those two solutions being built, we also have a full API, right? So our web browser and our desktop application today use that same API, right? So our developers who are wanting to build their own workflows can use our API to basically set up new workflows to ingest into a Storj or into whatever kind of workflow they're doing today. So basically what I want to show you right now is how easy it is actually to use MASV to get kind of send files out that you may have access to already, and also how to receive files from freelancers or third parties that don't have a MASV account, right? And kind of the one real benefit of using MASV with Storj is that MASV is a real simple interface to upload files, right? It's basically a simple drag and drop, select individual files or entire folder structures, and that lets you get your files directly into your Storj bucket all through MASV here, right? So basically what I'm going to show you now is kind of the first workflow where you have access to your files, again, on your local machine, on a USB drive, or any sort of network share, right? As long as you have access to those files, you can use MASV. So the first idea here is, again, you can either drag and drop your files, choose individual files or entire folder structures. Again, MASV preserves that entire folder structure that you do have. So what I'm going to go and do ahead here now is just grab a file. Again, it's a small file to show how it all works. Then choose that file, put it into the browser solution here. Again, when you send files using MASV, you have two ways to deliver those files. One is either using kind of an email address, so kind of send it out to an email recipient. And if you don't want to send it out to somebody specific, you can just leave this field blank and we'll give you a link, right? Then you can take that link, copy and paste into a Slack message, Microsoft Teams, or just into your own email. MASV provides 10 days of free storage. So basically, after your upload's completed into MASV, those files live on our platform for 10 days for free. If you want to keep those files for longer, you can. But those 10 days are basically there to send to other recipients, upload into your Storj bucket. Maybe you add a new bucket later down the road in a few days. Again, those files don't have to be re-uploaded as long as MASV has those files. Again, you just kind of go into the platform, select that file, and select Storj as that destination platform, right? Once you kind of set up kind of how long you want to keep those files, you can put some details to that package, right? You know, what's the name of the file you're sending? Are there any specific messages you want to include as part of that delivery to your recipients? Again, because MASV is a pay-as-you-go service, you can choose how many times people can download that file as well. Right, by default, we give you kind of 3 downloads. Again, it's a soft limit. If you want to increase that limit down the road, you can do that. And again, that's a download limit per recipient, right? And again, if you want to add some sort of tag, maybe for billing purposes or for project kind of tracking, you can add a tag there. And then finally, you also have the ability to put a password on your download. Again, just to add some extra security, so that way when you're sending your file and your recipients receive those files, they have a bit extra kind of security knowing that they require a password to download that file. Right, so again, file's been chosen. Again, we can put a little package name here of Storj demo, and then message of uploading. Right, so what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and send this right now. And again, super easy, all in the browser. No plugins are required, no IT. Again, MASV works over standard ports, so you can use our service. Again, if you can access a storj.io website or an Amazon.com website or Facebook.com, you can use MASV 100%, both for uploads and downloads. Right. So again, I just showed you that 5 meg file, it's uploaded, it's now into MASV, and now you can do whatever you want with that file, right? So if I go to my transfer history now as an example, I can now see this file where it lives. Let's go find it here. Right, so this file is already in our platform. Again, as soon as that file is uploaded into MASV, it's already available for download. You can send it to your Storj platform if you want right now. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do that, right? So as you can see from the screenshot right now, the file is living in MASV. It hasn't been delivered anywhere. But what I can do is I can now send it to my Storj bucket, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say save to cloud. I'm going to go through my listing here of all the different integrations that MASV supports. Find my Storj provider here. And what I'm going to do is send that into my bucket. So I've selected my Storj, say confirm. And now what's going to happen? Nope. Of course, during demo time, not everything always wants to work. So what I'll do it in a different way. So again, what I was trying to show you here is that first workflow of sending out files that you have access to. The other kind of workflow that we support is the ability to ingest files into your bucket using MASV. So what I have here is what we call our MASV portals. right? You can have as many of these portals as you'd like, and each one can be specific on where it's going to send its files, either to individual recipients or into different integrations that you support, right? So if I go to my integrations page right here, you'll see that this one is linked to my Storj cloud integration that I've already configured. And if I look at my the settings of this portal, I can add some customizations to this portal as well, right? So I can add a logo and a background image, all to this portal. And then once I'm happy with what the portal looks like, I can now go to that portal directly and do my uploads, right? So if I go to this portal right now, you can see that this is a Storj massive kind of portal that I created specifically for this demo. Again, this is a password protected portal, so that way, again, only certain people who have access can get into it. And if I just log in here, again, with our portals, you can do things like terms of service, right? So maybe you're receiving files from a UGC type setting where maybe you're receiving fan footage and you want to acknowledge that whatever content they're uploading now becomes the owner of whoever owns this portal, right? So just kind of putting some legal terms before that upload. Again, completely optional. Once I'm done here, again, now I'm brought to the same page where I can now upload those files, right? So now, again, I choose my files. Again, doesn't matter how big they are, what different file formats. Again, you can restrict or allow list or block list to the type of file sizes or file types and file sizes that you want to accept. So again, I'm just using that small little 5 meg file. Again, just requesting some information from the sender, who you are, again, what the package is that you're sending. And again, the nice thing about these forms is they're completely customizable, right? So specifically for this form here, I'm asking for a message, a package name, what country are you from, and is this your first IBC show, right? And again, the nice thing about this information that gets submitted is this gets saved as part of that package, right? It comes in as a JSON, a CSV, or an XML file. So that way later, if you're looking through your bucket at folders, you know exactly what this file has or who submitted the details of this particular package, right? So if I go and just type in some information and click send, this file now gets uploaded again into MASV. And again, once this completes, what I'll show you is what happens for that transfer to Storj now, right? So I go back to my MASV account and go to my transfer history under my received files. You'll see that we now have a new package that was just sent right now. So here it is. And you can see here again, all the details of that package. If I click on the metadata of that package, it tells me again who I was. Again, I didn't put a package name or a description, but I put in my country, and this was my first time at IBC. And again, this can be downloaded as a JSON file, right? So again, once this is in progress, you can see down here now I have this cloud transfer. So now this is going directly to the Storj bucket that I pre-configured on that portal. Again, this can take anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. Again, we spin up this service to send into this particular bucket. I can see the current status of this transfer. And if I go ahead and just refresh this page, again, it takes anywhere from, like I said, a few seconds to a few minutes, depending on what's happening. But what I can do is I can go to that bucket right now and show you what that looks like, right? So here now I am in the Storj bucket listing, or the directory listing of that particular bucket. And basically the way it works is when MASV has that integration, we basically set up some folders that are always distinguished that this is files being received by MASV or from MASV, right? So for this particular case, I have this IBC Storj demo environment. And you can see here are the different files that I've uploaded into this portal or into this bucket already via that portal, right? So I go into here and click on this file. Here's that file I sent earlier, right? So it's a 5 meg test file.mp4, and that JSON file, or that file that contains all that metadata, also got included in that package, right? So now if I ever have to go back and look at that directory to see what packages were received by MASV into that Storj, we have that information. It's all saved here, so you have that reference material of exactly what you kind of submitted at the time of the transfer. If I go back and look here now and just kind of refresh it, you can see now it has actually completed, right? So if I go back to that particular bucket and look for the transfers in that portal, you can now see that this is that package I just sent to myself. And again, if you don't put a package name to that package, we just add a timestamp to the submission. So you can see that this was submitted on September 15th at 10:06 of that time code that it was uploaded on. If I go into here, again, here's that file, the exact file that I just uploaded, and again, that JSON file. So right, this is all now available in Storj. Took maybe 2 minutes from time to upload to be received into MASV, right? So it's super simple to use. And again, you can create as many of these integrations into Storj that you like. You can create as many of these portals, right? So if maybe you're working on a specific TV show that you're looking to receive content for, or a specific campaign, maybe for an event happening for a store or for a company, you can have those portals specific for those, and like I'm showing here, they can all be branded as well, right? So you have that specific branding for that portal, so your customers know exactly where they're going to. And then when it comes to the actual transfers, again, your end customers that want to get that content into Storj, they don't know that. Again, they're just uploading it to Massive. They don't really care where that content's going, but it's a nice simple interface for them to use, right? So that's kind of where Massive is really easy to use. It kind of gives you that simple interface. Again, all in the browser, we can do it. Again, we do have our own desktop application as well, where if you have more of those pro users or those power users that are uploading constantly for a project, again, like I said, we can handle terabytes of data at a time. The application is definitely the place to be, because with our application, we do things like pause. We can do pause and resume kind of, and recovery, of those transfers. So it kind of gives you that full ability. You know, I'm on set. You can pause it, go back to your hotel, go back home, and continue that transfer. And again, once Massive receives those files, we'll do that transfer directly into that Storj bucket or wherever you want those files to end up. So very simple interface. And again, when it comes to using Massive, we have full security. Again, we're SOC 2 TPN Gold as well as ISO 27001 certified. And again, when it comes to Massive, we're a pay-as-you-go service, so you're only getting charged for what you download or whatever you send into your Storj bucket. You can have as many users in your account that you'd like. Again, we don't limit you on how many users. Same thing goes for those portals or those integrations. There's no real limitation to what you're sending. And then in terms of things we support on the enterprise, so we support things like SSO, multi-factor authentication. Again, there's full-on branding of your platform as well, so you can have your own Massive account branded to your company. So you really, when your users are logging in, they're seeing exactly what they're meant to see on that platform, and they know where they're at. So yeah, in terms of what Massive is able to do, it's handling those two workflows of again, either sending out those individual files, those folders that you have access to on your local computer, or if you're looking to ingest content from third parties that you don't want to have access to your Storj bucket, right? Again, the nice thing about this is you're not opening up your platform or your storage to the world. You're using Massive as a simple interface to get into that Storj bucket. Again, all they're doing is that one upload. Once it's on Massive, you can have it sent to, again, other recipients, other buckets that you have access to. So really, there's no limitation on what you can do here. So that's kind of what Massive has to show you here, and yeah.